In today's quick Thursday tip, we're going to talk about Power Automate and splitting a string by a delimiter. So the idea here in the last video is that we did for a selected message, and when we had two email addresses chosen, it broke our flow. So we got to go fix that. So should be fun, should be fast. But first, here's our intro. Hi, my name is Shane Young with Power Apps 911. Those guys. And today, we're going to talk about Power Automate and splitting some strings off of a delimiter, which is a fancy way of saying in our last flow, we had an input where we took two email addresses. We didn't want two email addresses, but the input let them put in two. And when they did that, that broke our flow. So what we're going to do is we're going to go fix that flow and teach you guys a couple little tricks about making that flow run a little better. If you haven't already seen the video, make sure you check the link out above, right? Because you're going to need to know what that one was to fully grasp this one. But yeah, that video was fun. So let's go over and let's make it better and fix the little shortcoming I left. Cool? To my desktop we go. All right, so over here on the desktop, just a reminder, one of the things we did was we said, all right, we went in, we said, I'm going to select one of these doggies, and I am then going to use Power Automate, and we are going to send a pup pic. And so the trick here was that we found out during filming, because I didn't plan ahead for this, but during filming, we found out that if they selected more than one email address here, it just blew things up. Now, emails in themselves were fine, right? So if we chose Shane, and then if we chose Chewy, the way that that gets packaged is it's going to be Shane at powerapps911.com, semicolon, Chewy at powerapps911.com, semicolon. So that works great. Like when we're using it in the two of the Outlook, Outlook's like, awesome. But remember, they could also say they want to send this message via Teams. And if they send the message via Teams, then in that case, it blew up. It's like, what? I don't know what that means. So we're going to go fix that. Okay, so we'll leave this out of here for the moment. And let's go back over here to our flow. So for a selected item, we had an email input. And unfortunately, right, there's no thing here that says only let them give me one email. Boo. So we're going to go down here. You know, we did the process. We got the item. We composed the string that we needed for the thumbnail. We did all that fun stuff. And so this portion works just fine because the email string that comes from the input is semicolon delimited. And so because it's delimited, then it works. Email's like, yay, email. So this one wasn't a problem at all. It was down here under condition 2, where if they want to send it to Teams, this action, even though it doesn't really make it obvious, it does not accept. You can't send a message to a chat to multiple people. You can't have one message chat multiple people. Like you can't do group chats yet. So hopefully one day it can. Somebody told me they did it with the Graph API the other day, or yesterday, today, I don't know, recently. So anyway, so we can't do that. So this is where we got to add some logic. To do it, it's not too bad. What we're going to do is we're going to say add an action. And we're going to do something you don't do very often, but hopefully we're comfortable with. We're going to manually put in an apply to each. Okay. And so now what we want to do is we want to put this post a message or chat inside here. We want to do this once for every one of those. So then the question begs is, so what goes up here? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to write an expression, and that expression is going to be split. Now it's split, and then you want to split the email that comes. But if you click on dynamic content, unfortunately, because Flow is not always the nicest person in the world, right? It's not a person at all. So I guess it's really not. But anyway, because Flow is a little rude sometimes, there is no way to find that email. So what I had to do earlier was give up on that. So we're going to kind of click out, click back in. Is I'm going to go here. I'm going to search for email so I find the dynamic content. And so there is email, right? For our selected item, the email. Put that up here. Click on this once, right? The key is I want it highlighted the email and the X only, okay? Hit Control C, hit the X. Now, if we go over here to expression, we can do split, do our parentheses, and then we paste this in. And so that is going to fill in all of that weird trigger body email stuff for us. But wait, if you look, these two, right? So this @ and this curly brace will always be on the front. These are for the visual elements. We don't need those. Bye-bye. And this curly bracket on the end, we don't need that either. So delete that out. So it should just be split trigger body, and then whatever your input was. Mine, I called it email because I was boring. If you called it something else, yours will say something else. But whatever it is, hopefully you just pasted it in. Now, that's the first part of split. I want to split that string. You do a comma, and then you're going to tell it, I want to split it. This thing's being annoying. You're going to split it by a semicolon. So that's the delimiter that it automatically put in. We didn't do that. It just automatically put it there. But that will do the splitting for us. So this will turn the string into a table, much like we do in Power Apps a lot, right? So just look at that. Split, trigger body, open and close parentheses, square brackets, single thing, email, blah, blah, blah. Whoa. Okay, now that we've written that thing, now what you're going to do is you're going to go down here. And so in the recipient portion, we no longer are going to use email. Remember, because this is the whole string. This is the Shane, semicolon, Chewy email addresses. We can't use that. So get rid of that. Get rid of that little trailing thing there as well. And now what you're going to do is you're going to, oh, I scrolled too far. We're going to scroll all the way down here at the bottom. As for the apply to each, you should see something called current item. You put that in there. We're done. That's it. Hit save. So that is saying, hey, take Shane's email address, and because apply to each, because if we give it to Shane and Chewy's, take Shane's, do this, take Chewy's, do that. So we're going to send one email to both people because it's using the string, and then we're going to send one message or a message per email address per person. Let's go try it out. So if we go over here, we'll go select, let's select Finn. Hi, Finn. It's right. It's May the 5th, which May the 4th was yesterday. Wait, Cinco de Mayo. Wait, am I to keep? Anyway, let's go here and let's say send a pup pic. And so let's do 2 people. And then we're also going to come back and make sure it works for 1 person still, because that would be bad if I broke 1 person by splitting. So we'll do Shane. There's me. We will do Chewy. There's Chewy. We'll say send team, send email, and video try 1. We will run the flow. Hopefully, cross your fingers, I will get an email and a message here in just a second. Well, hold on. Awesome. So look at that. As expected, the email came to both me and Chewy. So we didn't have to do anything. That still worked. Now you can see that they broke my link. Yeah, we'll fix that. Probably not today, but another day. Where I showed you how to fix it at the end of the last video if the links come bad. Anyway, so there's that. And then let's just open a browser as Chewy. One more second. And so this browser is logged in as Chewy, right? See his cute little face up here? And this is it. Video try 1. Awesome. And if we went and looked over my teams, I checked, it's over there. I just don't want to show you all my chats. So that did what we wanted. Great. The only other thing to double check ourselves, because I want to make sure that this works and you guys don't yell at me later, let's go click on Zoe. And let's send Zoe just to 1 person. So we'll click on Zoe. We'll hit automate. Now notice if I accidentally click on 2 people, automate goes away. You can't power automate for 2 selected items, only 1. So automate, send a pup pic. Jeez, old Pete, that took forever to load. Flo didn't appreciate me making fun of it earlier. I tried to do it politely. So there we go. We're just going to send it to me. We'll just send me teams, email, try 2, run the flow. Oh, I see I got that. Let me double check real quick. Ta-da! Just to me, try 2. We have done it, folks. So pretty awesome possum things, right? We were able to split that data and get it to behave more appropriately for us. So hopefully that gives you some ideas of how to better do this. It also helps you guys start to understand how to use split, how to manually use apply to each, right? Because there's so many complicated things we can do with functions like that. So sometimes learning it with a little simple example like this gets you moving in the right direction to do those more complex ones later. If I can do anything to help, please reach out, leave me comments below. Also, I got a training class coming up next week, right? Go sign up for that. Who doesn't want to have training with me for a week? It'd be really fun. And if not, we've always got the on-demand stuff over at training.powerapps911.com. Cool. With that, I'm going to say thanks and have a great day. Before you go, be sure to click on the subscribe button over here so that way you'll be notified when new videos come out. If you need any help or you want to work together, whether your problem is big or small, check us out at Power Apps 911. We do it all. I rhymed. Or if you're looking for more formal training offerings, we have those linked up here somewhere. So check them out. Thanks and have a great day.